Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, this is a very interesting video. We're going to be talking about Aphria. How is it, Aphira or Aphria? I don't know. One of the two. Aphria, Aphira. They are going to. They're in talks. They're in talks with a big tobacco company, which is amazing news. But before I begin, like always, promoting my stock market mastery course. I added a new video today, and I also added my trades for today on October 10th. Every day I'm gonna put my trades in so people know that, you know, I'm not lying, that I actually bought the stock. I added a new video today, CU and Ryu stock analysis. Check it out if you have some free. If you're a member of my group, check it out. I haven't emailed you guys yet the thing, but I will after I make this video. So Aphira rose like freaking 20% today because it was in the negative numbers, and then it just like had a huge pop because there was rumors that that, you know, a big tobacco company is investing into Aphira. Here's the article. I found it on Twitter. I mean, I could probably find a real article on the internet, but this is the thing. It says U.S. tobacco giant Alta Group Incorporation is in talks to acquire an equity stake in Canadian cannabis grower Aphira. Multiple sources say details of the Ultra proposed investment in Aphira are still being finalized, said the source, who asked to remain unnamed because the talks are private. They said that Altria has expressed an interest in acquiring a minority stake in Leamington, Ontario-based grower with the intention to eventually hold a majority of the company's share. That is awesome news. There was so many talks. There's been talks about you know, tobacco going into this industry, big pharma, alcohol. So far we had alcohol, we got Coke in talks, now we have a tobacco play. What's next? Like big pharma. So there's like still multiple companies out there that can, like, if Aphira is taken by Marlboro's, there's still talks of like, there's still like smaller players that can benefit from the, you know, the whole hype of cannabis. There's Cantras, there's Hexo's taken by Mosin, and I have to say that Hexo got the crap end of the deal with the whole Mosin deal, but that's just my opinion though. But you know, there's still Cantras, there's still Wayland, if you guys even want to consider Wayland. Wayland could just be like a complete bio target. They can be like, oh, you have nice asset, we're just gonna completely buy you out for, you know, $500 million because the company's only worth $250 million, right? So totally possible that Wayland could just completely be bought out. Some of these cannabis companies can be bought out. There's still I don't know, there's like Organigram, there's so many different players in this market that alcohol companies and beverage companies can talk to. And if Marlboro's is talking to Aphria and make a big investment stake into Aphria, you bet your ass that the other competitors are not going to be like, okay, we're just going to ignore the fact that Constellation Brand, Altria, Mosin Cooler invested heavily into the space, and we're just gonna ignore that because, you know, they're dumb, they're stupid. No, big companies are looking in the space right now. Cannabis is a big business. If it wasn't a big business, all these stocks wouldn't rally this high. Like, we wouldn't be in a cannabis bubble if cannabis wasn't a big business. So that's just my two saying. So Aphira says no deal yet, of course, but that's not the point. The point is they are in talks. They are in talks with tobacco companies. So it's amazing. I'm so excited. I guess Tilray could possibly get a business partner too. So there's so many possibilities out there. It's endless, and it excites me a lot. So this is very good news. I'm very happy. I wish I was an Aphira shareholder. I would feel the benefit of this big rise in stock price. I mean, I had a feeling that, this would happen closer to legalization, and there's management that always talks about this consistently, where, big tobacco, big alcohol, big pharma, big beverage companies will be trying to get into this space, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So it's amazing news. This is the Altria Group Incorporation stock. The company is valued at $118 billion. They are worth twice the size of Constellation Brand. Let me look at Constellation Brand. Constellation. STZ. Yeah, the Constellation Brand's only $42 billion. You believe that? That's insane. Yeah, so this tobacco company is twice the size of Constellation Brand. They are making about $5 billion a quarter, about $2 billion per operational income. They make about almost between 5 to 3, let's just say $3 billion average per quarter. Like this one was like $5 billion that quarter. The balance sheet it's not very impressive. I mean, $43 billion in asset, $27 billion in liabilities. That's not very impressive for having a market cap of like $118 billion. I mean, they do make a lot of money though. So, and then they don't have very much cash too. So I don't know if they're gonna be selling off some of their long-term investments, or they don't have any short-term investment, but maybe they'll sell off some of their long-term investment and use that money, or they could just take out some debt and use that money. But they already have so much debt. Like they have $14 billion in short-term debt and $13 billion in long-term debt. So this company has a lot of debt already, but regardless, they can still take out more debt. I mean, Aphira stock is only valued at $5 billion. So if they take a 10%, if they make a 20% equity, that's only a $2 billion. Wait, no, 10 every 20% is every 20% investment in this company is $1 billion. So if they took a 20% investment, that's only $2 billion. If they take a 30% investment, it's depending on what the deal is. It all depends on what the deal is. There's a chance this deal might not even go through. I don't know. Like, there's so much leaks in this industry. It's like the only company that was able to not leak any information was Canopy. Canopy was able to successfully launch investment deal without leaking any kind of information on it, and surprise the entire market. So kudos to Canopy for doing that, while bigger players like Aurora and Aphira leaks the information all over the place. So I mean, Aurora would needed to leak the Coke information, else the stock price wouldn't rise to $13. Hexo, I mean, I wish Molson did an investment in Hexo. It would have made the market way more exciting. I think Hexo had the worst deal of them all, having a joint venture and then on top of that they had to give the Molson Cooler shares of the company for that joint venture. So Hexo just gets the short end of the stick by agreeing to a Molson Cooler deal. If I was running Hexo, I would not agree to a Molson Cooler deal. I would probably, want a big investment in my company versus a Molson joint venture deal with Molson Coolers. But that's just me though. So since this deal came out, it's just if Aphira gets a deal with this tobacco company, this will give Aurora more bargaining power when it comes to a partnership, because it's just so many different companies are going into space, and Aurora can argue the fact that they have multiple big companies in their business, and just the future growth of Aurora is going to be amazing. so they can argue in that sense. I think Aurora is going to probably end up taking a deal from a major player, because if Aphira is taking a deal with a major player and Canopy has a deal with Constellation Brand, Aurora is going to be left in the dust if they don't get some kind of big money injection into the company. At least it's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but right now it's very exciting in the cannabis market. Everything is very, very exciting. Like, if this stock, like, this is just my opinion and not advice to buy, but if this stock actually goes down to $12, if this stock goes back down to this level, it's like, I would like, if I wasn't so heavily invested into this company already at such a low price, I would buy more at this level, because there's just so much hype in this in the cannabis market right now that, like, I would, this is just my opinion, not advice to buy, that I would consider this a buying level if it actually manages to go back down to here anymore. I don't think it will. I think it's going to be hovering around $13 for a while until some big news gets released for Aurora, like maybe a New York Stock Exchange. Then it might, I think because of this news, I think the stock's going to be pushing over 14. I think we're going to be seeing $14, $15 in the near term for Aurora. This is just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. Canopy Rivers. So I made a post today. Somebody accused me of pumping up the stock because I made a purchase in the stock at a certain price. I'll be honest, I don't think I move the markets. I mean, it requires a lot of money to move Canopy River stocks. And the only reason why Canopy River stock even rose today is because of the whole deal with Aphira, the whole alcohol beverage deal. So it moved up the entire sector, and Canopy River just kind of follow along with the flow. At least this is my opinion. I mean, I like, it's completely illegal to try to manipulate the stock. I'm not trying to manipulate stock. I just, like I said from the beginning, every buy or sell I make in the stock market will be posted on my stock market membership group. If you guys choose to buy or sell, you're taking your risk. I've already put a disclaimer through all my videos. I'm not a financial advisor. My stock market membership group is purely for education purposes, education and entertainment purposes. So it's totally not for pumping a stock. I don't plan to pump a stock. But it might happen. Maybe a lot of people end up agreeing with me, and it might happen, but that's not my intent. My intent is to give you guys my buys and sells every day, even if it's like a bad buy or sell. And most of the time when I buy a stock, it goes down afterwards. So I don't know what you guys like. Don't think that my stock market membership is a pump and dump. It's not. It's just to show you guys my buys and sells. So, and I promise you guys, every time I buy or sell something, I will post it on my stock market membership group. That's the promise I made to you guys. I will keep doing that. So as soon as I buy and sell something, unless I put a bid in and then I fall asleep and then I wake up and I notice that I already bought it, then there might be a delay, because sometimes I do that. I just put a bid in, go to sleep, wake up, and then sometimes my order goes through. So I put a bid in for Namaste today. I didn't put a bid for $2, but if I did, would have made a small chunk of change. But oh well, whatever. I think that if I'm patient enough, I will have another opportunity to buy into this company. It's just my opinion. Okay, so this whole Alcana deal, sorry, I had to talk about Alcana and the Novus Cannabis. I brought this up not too long ago, but this is pretty interesting because according to my friend, I didn't really read this article, but according to my friend, in Alberta, in just like the continent Alberta, Alberta only allows 17 retail stores to be opened up in Alberta, and Alcana secured 5 of them, and 5 of them will be opened on October 17th unless there was some delay in construction. So for 17 retail stores to be online on October 17th, in a province that has about 4.2 million people. But this was recorded on October 1st, 2014, so it might be 4.2 million. I don't know. But for a province that has 4.2 million people and only has 17 retail dispensaries, those retail dispensaries are going to be packed. They're going to be so full. There's going to be lineups because there's not going to be very many dispensaries, and there's like 4.2 million people in Alberta. So there's a lot of people and not very many dispensaries. So there's going to be packed when it opens on day one. Just my opinion. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This was a very interesting day. I had to make another video to express my opinion. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.